objective handle criticism. All right, just in the very short time that I've been talking to you, I now have in my little meter box 6 inches of rain in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Here it is pouring torrentially. Okay, a lot of rain in a short period of time. So write down objective / handle criticism. As an agent, it does not hurt your feelings when someone does not like a home, nor does it hurt your feelings when they don't like certain aspects, like, I hate the color of this carpet. It's not going to hurt your feelings. It's not the carpet, right? Those things don't bother you, and that helps you, the objective. If I came into your home and you are a for sale by owner and I start tearing it apart, you're going to have a hard time with that. If I say, you know, it's a really nice layout, but the decor just, you know, it's a little bit old school. The carpet, you know, is dated. Is that wallpaper? Did you put that up? Oh. Would it be hard, you think, to take it down? All those things are going to either hurt people's feelings or make them mad or make them feel like they need to tilt their hand and try to get a deal because they're desperate. So, in the end of that conversation, I'm going to say to that for sale by owner, you know, I do like the floor plan though, and I probably could deal with that other stuff. It costs a lot of money though, and I don't think I can get my husband out to see this at this price. What is the best you'll do? And that's how people work when they're working direct. Now, that for sale by owner is either mad and says, for you, Mrs. Bruder, the price just went up 10 grand because I don't like you and you hurt my feelings. Or they're going to tilt their hand. You know, we really need to sell it. I tell you what, bring your husband on out. I know it costs a lot to do those things. And you're right, it is kind of dated. But we really need to sell it. We really need to sell it, and the sooner the better. That's just exactly what I need to know then to take advantage of the situation. This is why we have a job agent, because we're the middle person who keeps buyer and seller apart. Everybody could just, you know, do everything together. But isn't it right? If we could all just get along. We could all just get along. Then, guess what? There'd be no reason to have a sales group. We'd all do everything for each other. Number six. Write down the word qualify. You know how to qualify buyers, not only for what they're looking for, but for what they can afford. And in fact, whenever humanly possible, we try to get people pre-qualified for their loan and a pre-qualification letter in hand before we ever go out and show property. Yet every day of the week, all over the country, every hour of the day, somebody is knocking on the door of a for sale by owner who can no more afford that house than the man in the moon. And no more afford that house than the man in the moon. They're taking up that seller's time. They're spending an hour in the property. They're asking where all the best shoe stores are, where the best restaurants are, where the best schools are for their kids. And they can no more afford it than anybody else, They leave that house, they say, ooh, I love that house, love that house. Wish I could afford it. For sale by owners are not qualifying people. They don't know how, nor do they feel they have the right to ask people, how much money have you got? How much money do you make? What are your debts? Have you ever filed for bankruptcy? Have you ever had any late fees? How many? Because that's what has to take place during a qualification interview. And they're not going to do it. They don't know how. They don't think to do it. They just assume. In fact, if you ask if their buyers are qualified, they're gonna say, well, I'm sure somebody'd be looking at it if they didn't know they could afford it.
Yeah, right. Imagine that.
You've learned that that's not true, right?
What a mess.
I don't know, I can't
We
focus right now.
Yeah, me neither.
bring to them, in most cases, people who are already pre-approved, not just pre-qualified, but pre-approved for the loan. Number 7,
Part of the
Write
mediation
down.
whole meeting.
Yeah.
of just that.
negotiate,
Yeah.
slash,
Instead of rush.
overcome objection. You do or will, by the end of this class, know how to negotiate and overcome objections. We're going to be learning all of that here in the fast track. These are skills that are learned. There is no such thing as a born salesperson. There are people who might be born with the, okay, Sarah, am I still with you? You are, yep.
Are we still here on page 44?
Okay.
That's
I'm
what
in
it
for
looks
a
like.
huge cough.
That's what I determined, but I'm not real sure.
4-4?
Yeah.
Okay, there are people who are born
I've been on
with
this since
the
it turned on.
personality
I was actually about 3 minutes late.
that is
You want to share it? Oh, you're right.
probably, a personality that you would think would be good for sales. But that does not mean that they can sell or that they will go in that direction. And yet, I have seen throughout the years,
Under the percent.
hold on a minute. I have seen throughout the years people learn the skills. In fact, I've seen people who were not born with the personality for sales, the quietest, most introverted person at the back of a room in a class. And I go back a year later and find out that they're the rookie of the year. And why is that? Because you can be born with a personality that is conducive to sales. But that doesn't mean you have the drive, that you have the ambition to do it. And it's not until you know what's driving people, if there is anything driving people, to do it. People get into real estate for different reasons. Some people don't have a specific reason. Like, I want to make a lot of money. People who want to make a lot of money usually then will do the things they need to do to go make it. People who have other reasons, like me, who wanted to be somebody in life, and who made promises on her parents' deathbed that they would see to it that
Oh my
her
God.
brother went to college. That was my drive. That's what got me up in the morning. That's what made me pick up the phone and make cold calls when I didn't want to do it. So without that, you don't know. So it's not a born skill. It is a learned skill. You can learn the skills to negotiate and to overcome objections. Number 8, write down, get, deal, close. Get, deal, close. You know that there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Getting a home sold is just the first step. Keeping it sold and getting it to closing is a whole other thing. There's a lot of things that have to be done between the sale of a home and the close of a home. And that is making sure that the buyer places timely fashion. That is making sure that he gets a little cold feet, you talk him back into it, you meet the appraiser, all those things have to be done. And then, number 9, feedback. Feedback, write down feedback. You know that getting feedback from people can sometimes get them involved again in a property. So you have no problem calling people up and saying, hey, I showed you that home the other day, you seemed kind of interested in it. Have you given it any more thought? Yet a for sale by owner will never pick up the phone and do that. They don't know what to say. They're afraid they're going to look overly anxious. They're not salespeople. And in most cases, for sale by owners do not even get the name of the people who walk through their homes to look at it. They talk to them for an hour. The people say, yeah, it's very nice. We're kind of interested. We'll let you know. And they might even give them their name and their phone number, but they rarely get the name and number of the prospect. And even if they have it, they probably will not make that call. You will make that call. And number 10, earnest money deposit. Earnest money deposit. You know to get the biggest earnest money deposit you possibly can, because this is what's going to keep them in the transaction if they start to get cold feet or find something they like a little better. It's that deposit that makes them think twice about walking away. That's what they stand to lose. So you're not going to take a home off the market that is, for $100. Because anybody would walk away from that to get out of something, right? I'm not going to do that. For sale by owners don't get deposits at all. Rarely does a for sale by owner ask for or get a deposit on the contract. Even if they get a contract written up between them, there's this thing of, I've met them, I know them, they're nice, I like them, they won't do anything wrong. And so they don't get a deposit. Nor would a buyer give it to them. Would you give a total stranger, $5,000 to buy the house, knowing that, maybe you don't get your loan, you should get the $5,000 back? How are you going to get it back? What if he won't give it back? What if he already spent it on his mortgages because he was behind? You might have to sue to get it back. So you're not going to give it to him. He's not going to ask for it. Therefore, this contract is hanging on nothing. And they can walk away and basically lose nothing. You might think, well, couldn't the seller, though, sue them for specific performance to go through with the transaction? He could, but you know what? He has to take his house off the market to do it. He can't sell his house to someone else when he's suing someone to buy it. Suing someone else to go through with the transaction. He's not going to do it. And even if he did, rarely do you ever see a seller winning that lawsuit. Because buyers come up with all kinds of reasons, hardship reasons why they no longer want that house. And it's real hard for anyone to make people buy a house they no longer want. So we get a big deposit. We're going to talk about, when we get into the contract and the fast track, we'll talk about deposits, how much, all of that. Number 11, though, or the 11th one, is write down safety and security. Safety and security. I asked you before we got started with these 15 reasons if you thought I could sell my house myself, that I had the qualifications, that I would be able to do it. And, I didn't look at every single one of you raised your hand, but the majority of you did. So, and you know that I can. However, so why would I not do it? Why wouldn't I save the money and sell my house myself? Me, Tony Reuter, why wouldn't I? Well, for one thing, number 11, safety and security. Safety and security. Why would I open up my home to total strangers to walk through just because they knocked on the door and said they're interested? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to my family. If I had children at home, I wouldn't want them opening the door to a stranger who talks themselves into looking at the house. I don't want to be be faced with the man at the doorstep who says, "Hi, I've just been transferred to the area. I need a home and I need one quickly. I've been looking around. I really love this neighborhood and I love the way your home looks on the outside. Could I take a look?" Because I have a decision to make right then, right there. It could be the best decision I ever made in my life or the worst, depending on who this person really is. And I have to make the decision quickly. Now, if I put him off, "Oh, why don't you wait and come this weekend when my husband's home?" That wouldn't be too smart to say that. If I put him off, he's just going to go out probably and find something else with someone else, like a real estate agent. You provide safety and security as an agent because you bring people to the home. You bring people to the home that you've met at your office and conducted a buyer consultation with, which we will talk about how to get them to your office, how to conduct a buyer consultation in our week when we discuss working with buyers, which is the last week of Fast Track. But you come with them. So you provide safety and security for me. You ask police officers, they're going to tell you that people don't come to your office, sit down with you, tell about all about their income and what they're looking for and how much money they've got and all of that, and then go out and do something bad. It's when they go on their own, they're wrecked. I don't know what people are thinking. Number 12. Here's another reason I don't do it myself. Legal position, legal liability. You see, when you are a for sale by owner, you might as well have a sign in your yard that says for sale by owner, sue me. Because that's what's going to happen if there's a problem. The lawsuit will go directly against the seller. But if I hire you, even if they put me in the lawsuit, I'll probably get out of it because I hired a professional to do this job. It's not my fault they didn't know what they were doing or they made a mistake or they didn't cross every T, dot every I, or disclose, or, I did my part. I'm just the person who hired the professional. And that's why you have errors and omissions insurance. And that's why your broker has errors and omissions insurance. But the public doesn't have that. It does not fall on your homeowners. Sarah, are we still good to go? Yep. Okay. All right, I think the storm is kind of dying down here, and I'm glad. Now, the next one. I want you to write down promote nationally. Promote nationally, number 13. Promote nationally. When a for sale by owner is selling their home, who are they promoting it to? People who drive by and see their sign. Period. Or people who saw their ad that first week when they ran it. Period. Or maybe word of mouth. But any way you look at it or slice it, they're promoting to the local area, to people who might be in the area. What are they doing to get the out-of-town buyer, the corporate relocated person, the person referred from one real estate company to another? You see, in my area, the Chamber of Commerce tells me that 72% of the people who moved into my area last year moved in from outside of Fairhope, Alabama, and most, outside of the state of Alabama. So, if you're a for sale by owner, you're marketing to the 28%. And I'll tell you something else. If you'd gone to a local real estate office, you would be marketing to the 28%.